Welcome back to 405 Sports. Today we are talking about the NBA trade deadline, which at first I was scared we weren't even going to have a video to talk about because there was nothing. Next thing you know, Woj and Shams went to war, I guess you'd say. Yeah, it went down. We'll go ahead and get into it. We'll start with this one. Buddy Hield going to the 76ers was the first trade of the week of the trade deadline where you were like, oh, all right, well, that's a big piece for a team. So the 76ers acquired Buddy Hield for Marcus Morris, who just got a key to the city of Philadelphia. So he's
I
gone
saw
now.
that. That was interesting.
Korkmaz finally got that trade that he wanted. What do we think about Buddy Hield to the Sixers?
I think it could be good. Help them space the floor a lot because they needed help with that.
Yeah.
I mean, Embiid and Tyrese can shoot a little bit, but nothing like Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
And then I guess for the Pacers' sake, it's probably just trying to rebuild.
Yeah.
At this point.
Well, they get 3 second-round picks, too. So.
Yeah,
Just something.
I think it's a win-win for both teams, to be honest.
Well, the 76ers have lost like 7 of 8 since Embiid's gone out, so you need something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pacers, I think, they've got too many players trying to get minutes,
Yeah.
and they're moving pieces around. They're starting to figure out their roster, what they like.
Well, and I think trading for Pascal, you realized, hey, we just lost a lot of picks. We got to get some picks back. And obviously, their second's not first, but still.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move into our OKC Thunder, I guess you should say. Getting Gordon Hayward, which I'll go ahead and say I like it. I do. I do. It's not what I wanted going into the deadline. I wanted a big man. You and I texted. We lost to Utah. We got out-rebounded by 16. That was just bad.
Yeah.
But we trade Trey Mann, Davis Bertans, and Micic to the Hornets. What do we think?
Go ahead, Zach.
I'll be honest, I wasn't thrilled with it because I know it's not what we needed. But the more I'm starting to think about it, and it'll change once I see him play, because I kind of thought he was just like washed, like we dang near just cut him after we traded for him. But seems like he's going to get a big role. He hasn't played in a month, but they acted like that was on purpose. Like he'll almost be able to play Saturday. Me personally, I'd start him over Giddey and let Giddey be the point guard coming off the bench. He seems to be better when he's the one controlling the ball instead of trying to space the floor with Shea, because that leads to a double.
I definitely think the Thunder needed a veteran, and that's what they got. I mean, it doesn't get much older than Gordon Hayward. That was one of the worries I had. He's been injured off and on for a long time, ever since that his foot literally turned backwards. That was disgusting on the Celtics.
Yeah.
But hopefully it works out for him. I don't think he's ball dominant at all, and Shea is ball dominant. But, I mean, I think he'll be good. There's not really much I can say.
Yeah.
Above average shooter, that'll help you space the floor.
Yeah.
Space the floor. And he's a quiet 6'8".
Yeah.
So, I mean,
and then getting rid of Trey Mann and Davis Bertans, I actually like that. I don't think they added much. Trey Mann maybe more than Davis Bertans, but I don't know.
I saw the Trey Mann thing as like, we love you so much that we need to let you go to a team and let you flourish.
Yeah, do your thing. It's tough to flourish under Shea.
Yeah.
We're not getting minutes at all.
Yeah.
Which, it's just tough. But I think it's just business, but it's helping him out. So.
And then Micic was in that as well.
Yeah.
Some Thunder fans were attached to that for some reason, but I didn't dislike him, but his role wasn't that important.
No love to him, really.
No.
So. All right, we'll move to this next one where it's a big one. It's the New York Knicks trading for Alec Burks and Bojan Bogdanovic in return for Quentin Grimes, Malachi Flynn, Evan Fournier, and Ryan Arcidiacono. And 2 future second-round picks. I like this trade for the Pistons. Obviously, it's not what you would have wanted because if you would have known last year that you could have gotten a first-round pick, if not 2 for Bojan at the trade deadline, you would have much rather done that.
Mm-hmm.
I do like getting Quentin Grimes. I think Quentin Grimes will flourish in there. I think that's a less hard market to play. I think New York is very hard to play in. I would hate to play in New York. I'd hate to play in LA. But I think he will flourish in Detroit.
I don't know the salary cap for the Knicks or what they have like that, but I would have, as a Pistons fan, I would have preferred instead of like Malachi Flynn or something like that, getting another pick. Because at this point, nobody's going to help us. We're stuck this year. Like there's nowhere to go. It doesn't matter who's on the team. But yeah, I like getting younger guys, and I also love waiving Killian Hayes. That's the best thing we did.
Yeah.
That dude started, and he's probably the worst starter in the NBA. But I don't know.
I think they've really tried to get something for him, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
And Killian Hayes' team was like, hey, he needs a change of scenery. So I thought, all right, how about the bus stop?
Yeah. So we'll see, but it's great for the Knicks. That's something they needed, spacing the floor again.
Yeah, I mean, Alec Burks and Bojan, that's two vets that are very good, in my opinion. But
I don't know if Alec Burks will play a ton, but it'll be a guy where if someone gets in foul trouble, he can play for 8 minutes and be fine.
now we move into the Charlotte Hornets, where they trade P.J. Washington to the Dallas Mavericks for Grant Williams, who very much underperformed in a Mavericks jersey, Seth Curry, who always gets traded, and lightly protected. When I say lightly protected, it's top 2 protected, so the lightest you can do for a first-round pick. So what do you think about Charlotte trading P.J. Washington?
I think the Mavericks definitely needed to move something around because it's not working the greatest right now. What are they, a 7? Are they a 7 seed? 8 seed.
Kings
That's
lost
kinda
last night.
Crazy to think with Luka and
Pistons.
Kyrie on the same team that you'd be that poor. But maybe PJ Washington will get in there, add a little defensive presence. We'll see.
Also got Gafford
Yeah,
coming off the bench now.
I like that for him.
Originally, when they were saying that the OKC was part of the trade with like the Wizards and the Mavericks, I kind of thought we were getting Grant Williams. I was a little scared because I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't know if the
want 'em.
Thunder.
I thought there was a 4-team trade going on there, and we were gonna get Grant out of it. Didn't want. Wanted Gafford.
Yeah, he kind of had that. Was he good in the? When was he good? The bubble, or was it? Because he had a stretch where he had like
Right.
30 points a game.
I'm making both of these.
Right. There's both of those instances.
Yeah.
He's had stretches, but then I thought he was going to flourish in the Mavericks, but he definitely did not. Not at all. Because I thought he could just be an easy 3-and-D guy, but I guess you can't get him with a star. Now we're just going to go ahead and talk about our winners of the deadline. Like I said, you guys are not going to guess mine. And as the Golden State Warriors, you can think what you want, but I just like that they did not give up Jonathan Kuminga. I don't really care for Alex Caruso. I care for him, but not enough to where I'd trade a guy like Jonathan Kuminga. I'm a big believer in the come bucket.
He's something. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Ever since our video, he's been great.
He'd been solid to draft over Josh Giddey.
That's a good point.
Very. Who's
My-
your winner of the deadline?
My winner was the New York Knicks. Having a guy like Bojan, he's not ball dominant. You got guys like Brunson and Randall. Randall gets double teamed constantly. Not the greatest passer, but he gets double teamed constantly. If he can find a way to kick it to Bojan in the corner, that's gonna be tough to stop. When they're healthy, OG, Brunson, Randall, Bojan, that's a problem. That's my winner.
I got 2. I'll start with the basic one. We'll go with the Dallas Mavericks. You know, Luka, Kyrie, starting to get later half of their deal, starting to get unhappy. Got to make some moves to keep the big dogs happy. You get rid of Grant Williams, who wasn't looking like a good fit in Dallas, and replace him with PJ. And you also get Daniel Gafford as your backup center. That was just kind of rotting away in Washington. So you get a good depth piece there, and you get PJ to start at your 4. Play him along with Derek Lively. And then we'll also go with the Boston Celtics. Not a bunch of needle-moving moves. Just getting Tillman and Springer from the 76ers. Tillman was good in the playoffs against the Lakers. He's good on defense. He's a good rebounder. Probably better than Luke Cornett. So they were one of the favorites. They're going to stay that way. And there wasn't enough big enough moves around the rest of the league to push somebody ahead of them, in my opinion. So
Going back to the very beginning of this video with Korkmaz, he just got cut.
So did
Yeah.
James Bouknight.
Yeah, so we're just on the chopping block right after the trade deadline. So thank you guys for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below who you think won the NBA trade deadline.